Hello, I'm Tracy Nedhomeyer. I'm the teacher prep instructor here at the Hewitt Career and Technical Center. I teach both Teacher Prep 1 and Teacher Prep 2, which are programs for students who would like to be future educators. So that means, of course, teaching. You may have a child who is passionate about working with kids and wants to be a teacher. But we also have students who are interested in child psychology or social work, or other careers in education. We even have a student who is interested in being a pediatrician potentially in this class this year. So this is a class for folks who want to learn more about how to do their best work with children and around education. We cover 7 main competencies over the 2 years in this class. So the first is career and college readiness skills, which is a competency for this class. It is also a component of your child's education at the Hewitt, making up 20% of their grade this year. So we're looking for students to really engage and improve their skills around communicating effectively in a variety of ways, around collaboration, working well with others, especially important in a career in education, around the care that they put into not only caring for the children that they work with, caring for their classmates, but just putting a general sense of care into the work that they do here, the way they present themselves in a professional setting. And also committing to be a full part of this community, do the things that they need to do to grow as an educator over the course of the year, and showing up to class on the days that they're expected to be in class, and completing the work that they're expected to complete on the days that they are not in class because of their hybrid schedule this year. So parents, I hope that you have seen the syllabus and letter to the parents that I sent home on your child's first day of class here. That was something that I would like you to read through with your child so that you could get a good sense of what the expectations for this class are, what the grading policy is, and what the content is that we'll be covering over the course of this year. So the other competencies that we cover besides career and college readiness skills include foundations of education. So in the first year, students are really starting to look at the ethics of education, the history of education, various learning theories that we use in education, et cetera. And in the second year, we deepen our understanding around special education law and policies and procedures in schools and other settings that work with children. We have a competency called working with student learners. So that's about working with children of all ages, from all backgrounds, of all abilities and interest levels and learning styles. We do that through a variety of projects and observations and interviews over the course of both years of the program. We also have a competency around working with school and community. So knowing that when you're working with a child, you're not working in isolation, and that there are resources available to support you as an educator, but also to support children in ways that maybe you can't in your own capacity. So we'll have a variety of guest speakers beaming in from Zoom who will talk to us about what role they play in supporting the education system or in supporting children as a licensed clinical social worker, or as a person who runs an after-school program, or as the superintendent of schools. So we have a variety of speakers to also broaden the horizon of our students, to know that, you may think you want to be a second grade teacher, and you may always feel that way, and that's awesome. We need great second grade teachers. But I just heard this social worker say something really interesting, and maybe that's a career I'm going to explore. So we also do have a career week where students get to dive in and really figure out what it means to follow a certain career path. And there's a really fun project around that we do. Another competency in this class is health and safety. So over the course of the 2 years, we're looking at all the different ways that we as professionals need to make sure that we're taking care and keeping children safe. That's our first priority always. It's my first priority in this class this year, every year, but especially this year with the extra precautions that we're taking. You might see that our seats are, the tables are long, but the seats are all 6 feet or more apart behind me. And also when we go into the preschool at some point this fall, we'll be taking extra precautions as well to keep everybody safe in there. We are lucky enough to be adjacent to a preschool where children come every day, and each of our classes get to observe and eventually engage with the students in that class. And another competency that we focus on in this class is academics. And so that is focused on the Teacher Prep 1 and Teacher Prep 2 academics, where they can expect to have to read articles, do reports, written reports, and verbal reports, and other academic activities in this class that will help them to grow as students, as individuals, and as professionals in this class. And then there's also an instruction and assessment competency. So students learn, how do I actually teach what I want this student to learn in effective ways? So there's lesson planning and other things like that. If you're hearing some background noise, that is the preschool. So that I think about sums up what I have to say in this presentation. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. If you did not get the syllabus, that's available on the Google Classroom. So if you would like access as a parent to the Google Classroom, email me or call me, and I'll invite you to be able to see what your student is engaging with and be able to see what their progress is. You also should have received an invitation by this point to join Alma, which is our grading portal. If you haven't, please let me know, and we will get you hooked up with that so that you can, you and your child can monitor how well they're doing in class. Again, just reach out to me if you have any further questions or concerns. I'm looking forward to meeting all parents virtually and maybe at some point in person this year. And I really am looking forward to working with your children. We have a great group this year. I'm excited at how passionate they all are about working with children and about their own learning. So yeah, keep in touch. Thank you.